Hi, everybody. My name is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color, and welcome to my channel. I am an energy healer, and I work in two modalities. I work in three modalities. One of them is I read tarot cards and I get intuitive messages. The other is I do IET. IET is a healing modality. It's an energy healing modality. It's similar to Reiki, but it's more personal and more directed. It was born out of Reiki. And I do it remotely. IET helps you to release trauma in the body that could be in your way, and to imprint, it's opposite. So if I'm holding sadness, I imprint joy. You imprint joy. It's actually you do it. I'm the guide. I'm the facilitator. I'm the delivery person in a way. And out of the IET came this pendulum clearing. So the pendulum clearing is like an IET light in a way. So I offer pendulum clearing as a service, and I also offer it as classes. So I want to explain to you what the pendulum does and doesn't do, or can or can't do. Make you rich. All right. So this is a pendulum, right? So I have tuned my pendulum for a yes, to show me a yes. Oops, would be clockwise, and a no would be counterclockwise. Okay. So I was given this script by somebody else. I'm using their script in order to help clear energies and to imprint other energies. Now, I only use the pendulum for spiritual purposes. I do not ask my pendulum, whether the tune is on sale at the grocery store. I don't do things like that. I only use it for spiritual purposes. And actually, the best kind of pendulum to get are the self-clearing ones, which are usually made of brass. But I misplaced mine, so I have a stone one, which was a gift, and I'm grateful. And I clear it every so often. I use copal. I live in Mexico, so copal works, sage works, etc. I think salt works. You could do it in the new moon, full moon. Okay, so if you consult me for a pendulum session, the first thing I do is I attune the space. So we let go of all limiting thought patterns through a prayer. All limiting thought patterns and belief systems of anything and everything that stands in the way of a greatest healing and greatest health. Okay. Then I attune us. I attune the space so that, light comes in. And if it's a space, so I do the space that I'm in, because I do this remotely, and, and the space that you're in. Usually via Zoom, but if somebody's just up for a phone call, that's fine too. And then I ask to interact with beings of the highest love and light from the Godhead only. So, it's a protection. Okay. Then the question I ask is, if you could change, shift, manifest, or create anything in your life, what would it be? In other words, what would you like to receive? So there are no right and wrong answers. I would like to receive a new car. I would like to receive a new job. I would like to receive more love in my life. I would like to receive perfect health. I would like to receive, etc. Okay. It doesn't have to be a spiritual thing, whatever spiritual means. It's all spiritual, we're all spirit. And then the second question is, what would you like to release? So sometimes people have a real problem is like, what do I really want? What do I really want? Right. And it could be general or it could be really specific. And, it's about attuning your energy to receive. And then what would you like to release? No one ever has a problem with that. I don't want this anymore. I don't. And sometimes it's like, oh, I want to receive this. I don't know what I want to release. Anything that blocks me from that. Easy. So now that we established the intention, we get to work. So it's very thorough, and I'm very reverent. Is so-and-so, is this the right time to do a pendulum session on this person? Are they ready? Yes. Are they willing? Yes. Are they able? Yes. I get very thorough. It's very, very thorough. So the first thing would be, is this the right time? The second question is, are there any less than light beings in their aura? Less than light being is, some funky energy could attach itself to you, or it could be a thought pattern, like maybe you're holding a lot of anger, and it's almost like you invited that little anger entity in, and it's hanging around. So we clear that. Okay. Then the next thing is we clear cords. A cord is an energy. So there are healthy cords and unhealthy cords. Like a healthy cord would be like from a mother to a newborn baby, right? I'm my baby is me, right? That's a really healthy cord. The mother intuitively knows the baby needs to eat, the baby needs to sleep, blah, blah, blah. The baby likes this to eat, etc. But an unhealthy cord could be something like, an unhealthy cord can be going from you to somebody else, or from somebody else to you. And sometimes we're not even aware of it. An unhealthy cord would be, an example would be, your brother and sister or sister does your taxes, and you're like, oh, they're the only one in the whole world that could do my taxes, and I need them to do my taxes. And, you're almost a little bit too twined, it's like a hook. It's like a hook to it. That would be an unhealthy cord, for instance. Or maybe somebody wants to control how you live, or how you think, or what you do, and that's like an unhealthy cord. And a cord is always attached to one of the chakras, right? So we ask if there are cords that come up. We ask if it's necessary for you to know, if it's for your highest good. We ask, is it going out of you? Is it going into you? It gets very thorough. So let's say there's one going into your throat chakra, like someone's trying to like constrict your expression. So we clear that. Actually, clearing cords is kind of fun because we invited Archangel Michael, and it's a little bit physical, a little bit. Okay, you don't have to go to the top of the mountain. Right? So then we do that. Then the next thing we do is balance chakras. So we ask if any chakras are out of order, and it happens. It happens. Like I did a pendulum on myself yesterday, and there was a lot of came up with my heart chakra, a lot of heartache and grief and sadness that had come up during the day, or maybe in the past couple of days, and I released it, and I really felt better. So I'm a client as well as a advocate. Then so that would be a basic session. It's I think $45, and then you go further. Like the further stuff is the really interesting stuff. You clear blocks. So a block is a belief system that you're holding inside your body. So I have a block in my heart, like maybe there's like, okay, let's say you're holding anger, right? You're holding anger, and or your resentment, and it's in your way, and it's in a certain chakra. So it's like, with my mighty I am presence, I call upon the Holy Spirit to come clear and clean, right? So-and-so chakra of this energy, of that energy, right? And they clear it, and then when they clear it's counterclockwise, and then when it stops and starts going the other way, we imprint the opposite. So if it be anger, it would be forgiveness. It would be shame, it would be pride, and we hold them. And so, sometimes we don't even know we're holding this stuff because we just don't know, right? Sometimes we had an experience when we were a child or something like that, and we're still holding that trauma in our body. Maybe you've worked it out mentally, but like the body has a memory of it, right? So we're releasing that. So because the clearer you get, the more you're going to be able to like live in your own joy, your own happiness. And then it gets deeper. We do engrams. Engrams are blocks that you've been holding for many lifetimes. So an engram would be something you hold for 2 or 3 lifetimes, Like sometimes it's like, well, I don't understand why I feel like this all the time, even though the world outside says different things, right? I don't know why I can never keep a job. I don't know why, I keep on attracting these sorts of people, like that kind of energy. So we clear that and we imprint the opposite. Then we get to the really, really, really deep stuff, which is like a program. So a program is a belief system that you're holding, or, and they could be really heavy. So, maybe you're holding distrust in your heart, right? So we can clear that and imprint trust. Maybe you're holding the inability to forgive in another chakra. And we clear that. And then we put in the willingness to forgive, right? Because these are energies. Sometimes these are energies that we hold. Sometimes it's anger or guilt or shame or threat or constriction. I constrict, I really always wanted to do this, but I constrict myself toward living what it is I want to live, or doing what it is I want to do, or saying what it is I want to say. I constrict myself. Or this belief of, everything's a struggle, everything's a struggle, everything's a struggle, and you're holding it in a certain part of your body, maybe because of an experience you had. We don't have to figure it all out. The point is that you're willing to show up and have your light do the work. That was the other thing that I really didn't say at the beginning of the thing. What happens is you ask for what you want, right? You ask for your intent. And we invite in your angels and your guides and my angels and my guides and your elemental and my elemental. And the energy comes through. And I get messages a lot of times as we're doing the kind of work. Excuse me. And it could really give you a lot of relief, and free you up to live your best life, to be in joy, to go after what you want. And it's very, very powerful. It's very powerful. And I also teach it as a class. And, this is something that you could do on yourself, and you could do on your friends, your family, the people, and it's really, really helpful. The other thing I wanted to mention is there's a Zoom community. So I offer like these bundles of doing a pendulum once a month, doing an IET session once a month. Plus there's a Zoom call every week where we all get together and we meditate and on the energies that we want to receive, on the experiences that we want to receive. It's very powerful, and it's very fun too. And it's like-minded people who are really trying to improve their lives, bring a new energy, support one another. And it's very beautiful. And I'm very honored that I'm able to lead it. In any case, if you're interested in any of these services, all the links are below. If you want to learn the pendulum, if you want a pendulum session, if you want an IET session, all the links are below. I had already made this video and it was fine, but the lighting was really, really bad. So I had to remake the video. And here we are. Anyway, blessings to you. Thanks for listening, and have a lovely day. And I wish you, deep blessings, truly. Thank you.